Good morning, officer. You're still under oath.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All rise for the jury. You may be seated, ladies and gentlemen. All right, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right, welcome back to courtroom 4B. At this time, we will continue direct examination of Officer Detweiler. You may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Officer Detweiler.
Hi, sir.
Hopefully I'm going to pick up where I left off. You had discussed the shooting in pretty good detail, right? Do you recall that?
I don't recall the last question, no, so I don't know.
Okay.
If you remember what we were talking about, I don't recall the last question.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I was headed. You wear a body-worn camera, correct?
Yes, sir.
Can you talk to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury about the body-worn camera that essentially you wore back in December of 2020?
Type or,
You don't have to go into specific details, but just in general, what does it do? What type of things does it capture? Things like that.
body-worn camera at that particular time, we had some criteria as to when we would have to activate it. It was something that I would wear on the exterior of whatever outer garment I had on, and I could physically activate it with a touch of a button. So it had to be activated manually in order to capture anything. At that particular time, with the camera that we used, it was silent, so it would capture video for the entirety of the time that you had a look back, or it had a capture, well, it didn't have a look back, it would hit record, but it would be without audio. until about a minute in, and then it would pick up audio. So it was a manually activated device.
And I believe at this time it had a look back period, right? Where you hit it, it recorded it, and then, but without,
50 seconds or a minute with no audio, is that, yeah.
okay. You've switched body cams at least a couple of times since then, is that correct? Or types?
Just one.
Were you wearing a body worn camera on this night in question?
I was.
And when did you turn that on?
As soon as we made the decision to walk up the driveway is when I reached up and hit my camera to activate it.
Okay. So as soon as you decided to go approach Mr. Hill or the individual in the garage, who you didn't know him at that time, correct? You didn't know the individual's name who was in the garage?
No.
Okay. So as soon as you approached decided to approach the individual in the garage, you activated your body-worn camera, correct?
Yes.
Have you since viewed your body-worn camera from that evening?
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't capture you walking up to the garage, correct?
Does not.
Okay. What are your thoughts as to why that happened?
I do not know. I can tell you that I believe that I had activated my body camera when we made the decision to approach. When I realized the camera wasn't on, which was after the shooting had occurred, I turned it on a second time.
Okay. Did it have a light on it at that time to indicate whether it was on or off?
A red light, but you must understand that when we made the decision to walk up to an unknown, I was not looking down at my camera. So I reached up to activate it. I stayed trained on the garage at the time and never looked down again at my camera. It wouldn't be very safe.
Right. Until after the shooting, then you noticed, oh crap, my camera's
For
not
whatever
on.
reason, I had looked down, realized I didn't see a red light, activated it a second time.
And when you activated the second time, that's when it activated the 60-second look back up until the time you hit it. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. So, Detweiler, I want you to take a look at what's been previously marked as Exhibit B as in Victor.
Are you getting ready to play it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will be seeing different body-worn camera throughout the trial. These videos have been redacted, so you're not going to see everything in its entirety. And they've been redacted based upon decisions that the court has made as to what would be appropriate and proper for the jurors to view. So you may play it at this time.
Thank you. This is essentially the first frame of that State's Exhibit V. Officer Detweiler, what do you see here?
That is me. That is my handgun and my handgun flashlight. That would be the white vehicle that's inside the garage and in the garage.
This is after the shooting, is that correct?
I believe so, but based on this still, I'm going to say yes, but I don't.
No, for sure. I'll play some more.
Yes, sir.
Pause it at 6 seconds into the video. This
Yes,
is
sir.
after the shooting.
Yes.
Play the rest of the video. Going to pause it at 43 seconds in, Officer Detweiler. What's happening here? What's going on?
This is just after a shooting, this shooting where we are actively looking for a firearm. So Officer Coy is commanding, let me see your hands, and then there's some activity where there's no response to the commands, and there's just it's an active looking for a threat.
All right. And what's that item there? You see a cell phone?
It appears to be.
Use your pointer, if that pointer is still up there.
To point to the,
Yes, point to the device that looks to be a cell phone. Is that similar, or if not the same cell phone that you saw the individual holding as he was walking out of the garage?
if it's the same phone, then yes, it looks like an illuminated.
And above that, we see a pack of cigarettes, is that right?
Appears to be.
We'll play the rest of the video. And 1 minute in, is that where you hit the, you turned on your body-worn camera again?
Yes, if the look back period is 1 minute, then 1 minute would be correct. And
Give me support.
okay. 9030, we need officer support.
I copy. 94, you copy?
No, I didn't.
She's asking for officer support.
Stop the video at 1 minute 29 seconds in. We see someone coming out of that house, correct?
Yes.
Without telling the jury what that person said, what did you say to that person?
I instructed that person to go back inside the house.
And for safety reasons, correct?
Correct.
Pausing at 1 minute 52 seconds in. Do you recognize any of the officers that are viewable here?
No.
Yes, 94. They're already clear on the zone. If they could start heading that way, help me get a scene secured.
I copy. Any cars left on the zone, if you could start that way. 1054 Overland Drive.
2-4 ahead.
20 ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on?
Copy.
9190,
9190.
For your air and for officer support.
Affirm. 1054 Overland Drive.
Okay, I'll be en route. 94, I'm also officer support.
94, you copy.
Keep the air clear.
Officer Detweiler, that was your body-worn camera that you wore that night.
Yes.
And again, as the judge stated, this is a partial recording. There's other things that were reported, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to now show you what's been marked as Stakes Exhibit H. I'm going to pause it at 10 seconds in. Do you recognize this video, Officer Detweiler?
Yes.
Okay, what is this video of?
This is Officer Coy's body-worn camera.
looking into the garage, seeing the individual in the garage, and you want to eliminate him.
Yes.
Does Mr. Coy have a flashlight out at that time that you recall?
I don't recall.
And so the time, let me back up. So about 4 seconds into the Officer Coy's body-worn camera, 4 or 5 seconds, that's when you exit your vehicle. Is that the point in time where you have your brief conversation before approaching the garage?
That's correct.
And again, Officer Detweiler, what time do you draw your weapon?
The decision, it would have been upon approach up the driveway.
Okay, so sometime between the time you shone your flashlight and the time you got all the way up to the driveway, you drew your weapon.
Yes.
Did Mr. Coy have his weapon drawn?
I believe so.
And how were you carrying your weapon?
It would have been in like a low, it's called a low ready position, so it's out and in front of me, but pointed down.
Okay. Your Honor, permission for the witness to stand up so to show the jurors what a low ready position is.
She may.
Thank you.
It would have been pulled from the holster and in this position here, so down in front.
And thank you for that demonstration. What's the purpose of that?
Well, action beats reaction, so I'm going to have my firearm out to eliminate the need to pull it from a holster, so it's in a position, based on what we're going to investigate, it needs to be in a position to be ready. That's part of protocol.
Okay. Playing at 36 seconds in.
Put your fucking hands out to the side. Hands out to the side now. Roll to your stomach now. Yeah. Hey, don't get fucking close. I can't see his fucking hand. Get your hand up from underneath you now. We got a medic coming. Don't move, dude. Fuck. Roll over, dude. Get me support.
Okay.
So, Officer Detweiler, do those videos truly and accurately depict what happened that night?
Yes. Well, they capture video of what happened. They don't capture.
All of the things that the video may not have picked up. So, after the shooting happened, what did you do? I believe you talked a little bit about this yesterday. You went and started to get scene tape. I believe that's where your video left off.
I believe I moved my vehicle first. I moved my cruiser because it was parked in the middle of the road, again, so that the medics could come in. And then I, for whatever reason, began securing the scene.
Okay. At one point in time, did you go back up to the house and provide handcuffs to secure the individual in the garage?
Yes.
Did you do anything else of significance that night? Well, I'm sorry, let me back up. You had a conversation with the investigator, correct?
Yes.
Gave him a general idea of where individuals were at the time the shooting happened?
Yes.
Like where you were, where that individual in the garage was, where Coy was?
Yes.
And then later on, you provided a more complete statement of what happened and the order of events. Is that right?
Correct.
And this location where you were on Oberlin, that's located in Franklin County, Ohio.
We would stipulate to that.
Okay. You can go ahead and answer the question, but the court will accept the stipulation.
Thank you.
Yes, Franklin County.
All right. Officer Detweiler, this isn't easy for you, correct?
It is not.
Thank you for being here. Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce.